Mercedes-Benz has invested enormous amounts of money into electrification, into building electric cars, but its sales in the United States have declined. Its sales in China have declined. Its sales of electric cars worldwide have declined, which is intriguing because EV sales this year have actually increased worldwide by 20%. That means that Mercedes is having its lunch eaten. Now, why is that? Well, guys, I've explained a few times on the channel why I think it is. One of the key reasons is this. Mercedes-Benz has been very slow to respond to problems with its electric cars. Now, in China, there was problems with the electric motors in expensive Mercedes-Benz EVs, EQS, EQE. Mercedes-Benz just kept selling them for another 10 months until they were forced by the government and to recall these vehicles because customers were saying, this is crazy, Mercedes-Benz are not doing anything about this. That caused a huge problem, and I reported on that a number of times last year. That was happening in China mostly. But Mercedes-Benz, that has followed them. And now they're not perceived really as being a premium brand in China, which is their most important market. They make more money in China than anywhere else by a fair margin. Now you would think, well, that's all right for Mercedes-Benz. They can go to their secondary market. Where's the secondary market? Where's the second most popular place for Mercedes-Benz vehicles? Where does Mercedes-Benz make equal or their second highest amount of profit? It's the United States. Well, EV sales in the US have also declined. And in fact, by so much, the Mercedes-Benz has paused production on some of their production lines in America. Now, after this latest disaster, Mercedes-Benz are in some serious trouble. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. It's great to see you. Guys, just a note here, if you'd like to install solar on your roof. I just had a new solar system installed about 2 weeks ago now, and I'm absolutely stoked with it. Basically, my electricity bills appear to be essentially nothing. So I'm trying to get Australians to get solar on their roofs because it's the best thing to do. We can get away from coal. We can get rid of coal power stations much faster. If we all join in, we all install solar on our roofs, encourage our friends to do it. It's going to save you money. There's no question it will save you money. Even if you don't have a particularly sunny roof, you're still going to save money. Solar panels are much more efficient than they used to be. Anyway, guys, I'll put a link in the description to the company that I used called Resync Solar. And getting back to this Mercedes-Benz story, it's kind of sad here with Mercedes-Benz because they have invested billions and billions of dollars into electrification. They said by 2030 they will be EV only. Now they're saying, no, we've changed our minds. The truth is, Mercedes-Benz, their EVs just haven't been as good as they should be. A Mercedes-Benz EQE, which is obviously a very expensive luxury sedan, exploded in the parking lot of a South Korean apartment complex, causing a big fire. Now, these toxic fumes apparently sent 21 people to hospital because of inhaling fumes from the vehicle with non-life-threatening injuries. 70 other vehicles were damaged. I should point out, guys, fires in electric cars are extremely, extremely rare. Now, is it true that fires in electrified cars are rare? No, they're actually quite common, sadly. Fires in plug-in hybrids are much more likely than a fire in a gasoline or diesel-powered vehicle. That's a plug-in hybrid, right? A vehicle that is essentially an electric car, but with like a range generator. So it essentially has a motor as well. And the idea is that you run it on the battery as long as you can. You might get 50 to 100 kilometers of range, and generally you won't need to use your petrol engine. But these cars are exceptionally prone to fires. EVs are exceptionally unprone to fires. Unfortunately, though, that doesn't always ring true. Now, of course, sometimes there can be issues. And I'm not really sure why this fire happened because, like I said, it is rare for fires to happen with the fully electric cars. But, guys, it's worth pointing this out. Fires in EVs with lithium iron phosphate batteries are incredibly rare. The safest car you can buy, whether that's petrol, diesel, plug-in hybrid, hydrogen fuel cell car, the safest car you can buy is pretty much any electric car with a lithium iron phosphate battery. They are safe. Doesn't have to be BYD, doesn't have to be Tesla. An EV with a lithium iron phosphate battery is safe, but it appears that the safest batteries now are lithium iron phosphate batteries with really good, basically thermal runaway protection. As far as I can tell, the safest battery I think in the world right now is the new golden battery, the new Aegis short blade battery that Geely manufacture. And that battery has incredible thermal runaway protection where it's almost impossible to set fire to that battery pack. But getting back to this Mercedes-Benz, apparently it was seen charging and smoke was pouring out of it. But apparently that when the smoke was coming out of this vehicle, it wasn't charging. So it had finished charging, then smoke started coming out of it. And a few seconds later, it erupted into flames. The flames spread to other vehicles. According to the fire department, the fire broke out around 6:15 a.m. on the first basement floor of the apartment complex. A total of 177 emergency responders and 80 pieces of equipment were deployed to the scene. Local media took 8 hours to extinguish the fire. Now, whilst EV fires, electric car fires, are extremely rare, it is true that they can be hard to extinguish in comparison to internal combustion engine vehicles, because obviously there's only so much gasoline, so much diesel, and that when that's burned out, the fire goes out, and it usually happens fairly quickly. Like I said, 209 residents had to evacuate. Some of those did go to the hospital for smoke inhalation, and apparently some of them were actually rescued from their own balconies by firefighters. A spokesperson told from the local arm of Mercedes-Benz spoke to the media. They said, "We can't confirm details about the exact model," so they don't even know what model it was, even though you can obviously see from the photos. They don't actually know. They're saying they don't know what the batteries were. The media are saying, "Well, what battery was in this car?" And Mercedes like, "Oh, we can't confirm. We can't confirm." But they said, "We're taking this very seriously and we'll do our best to collaborate with fire authorities to determine the exact cause." Now, I should point out, really, Mercedes-Benz, they do not use lithium iron phosphate batteries in any of their cars yet, as far as I'm aware. Now, if I'm wrong on that, guys, let me know in the comments or send me an email. I don't think they do, though. At least it's certainly not common. If they do use them, it's so rare that I don't know about it, and I read about this stuff every single day constantly. So it was therefore a ternary battery. And yeah, like I said, they're not likely to catch fire, but they're certainly much more likely than a lithium iron phosphate battery. The police and the fire department apparently have opened an investigation into the cause of this fire. Now, I should point out, guys, internal combustion engine vehicles, whether they be gas or diesel, petrol or diesel, happen every day of the week. They're far more common than electric car fires. And even with cars just sitting there, that happens. And investigations are put into place with them as well. Mercedes-Benz failed to confirm if the EQE sedan uses a CATL lithium battery pack, which it's suspected this did have a CATL lithium ion, not a lithium ion battery, a lithium battery pack, NCM chemistry, I believe nickel, cobalt, manganese, and apparently the capacity is 90.6 kilowatt hours. Unfortunately, 70 other vehicles were damaged by this fire. But it's worth keeping in mind. And the reason I made this video is simply to keep some context here. This news story is clearly going viral, and there needs to be some sort of balance to this story. There are far more fires with internal combustion engine vehicles, far more fires with plug-in hybrids than there are with fully electric cars. Yes, it does happen, but it's very rare. And even more rare with a lithium iron phosphate battery. Thanks for watching.